So, I got to play Redfall early, and I've got a lot to say. Hello everyone, I am Nywall, and that's right, I got to play Redfall early and get a chance to see what this game was really all about. Big thanks to Bethesda and Arcane Studios for inviting me to this private hands-on event where I got to try the game out on PC. I am excited to finally have a chance to tell you all about what I experienced. Redfall is a game I've been curious about for some time. With its unique setting, world design, interesting player characters with different class abilities and skill trees, and of course, the sweet, sweet loot. Something about it sent me back to when Borderlands was first released, and I'm happy to say that actually playing it only reinforced that feeling. But with enough there to make it unique enough to carve out its own identity in the looter shooter genre. And I'm personally really excited for this title. What you're seeing here is B-roll footage, so it's not fully representative of whatever I experienced. So first off, let's talk about the story and its characters. Redfall takes place in the island town of Redfall, Massachusetts, which is under siege by a legion of vampires who have blocked out the sun and cut citizens off from the outside world. One unique take on these vampires is the fact that they were created through science. A bunch of people with more money than common sense basically said, hey, let's figure out how to live forever, and ended up messing with things that they really didn't understand in the process. These vampires are treated as gods by cultists that also inhabit this island. The whole thing is really Lovecraftian, and I love it. There are 4 main overlord vampires, which are called vampire gods in Redfall, which are the Hollow Man, Miss Whisper, Bloody Tom, and the Black Sun, all whose presence can be felt while exploring the town of Redfall. From whispers insulting your character as you explore, to TV set to static, broadcasting subliminal messaging. It's up to us as the player to figure out how to bring the vampire menace down, using whatever is at our disposal to do it. Fortunately, there are some well-rounded characters with unique skills that can cater to all types of players. First, we have Jacob, an ex-military sharpshooter turned private contractor. His powers are based around stealth and long-range combat. He has a ghostly raven that can be sent out to spot enemies in the environment. He also has a cloak that makes him invisible for a short amount of time, and his ultimate ability creates a powerful ghostly sniper rifle. This sniper has VATS cranked up to 120%, clearing out entire rooms of vampires and cultists in the blink of an eye. It is freaking nuts. Remy, which is who I played, is a brilliant combat engineer. With her is her robot friend Bribon, who she can send out to attack and distract enemies. She also has a C4 attack she can throw out and detonate, and her ultimate creates a healing zone around her. Interacting with Bribon is one of the most rewarding things to me personally, because whenever I felt unsure of what to do, I would look at Bribon, I'd click on him, he'd do a little dance, and then I go, oh yeah, let me just slap some C4 on you, and then send him into a room full of vampires and cultists and just blow the whole place up. It's pretty awesome. Layla is a biomedical engineering student who volunteered for a medical trial where something went very wrong, and now she has powerful telekinetic abilities. She can create an elevator that'll send her straight up, which is useful for like general traversal or getting onto rooftops, and she can produce like this purple telekinetic umbrella that catches bullets and shoots them back at people. And her ultimate ability summons her vampire ex-boyfriend to do the fighting. Devinder is a cryptozoologist and like content creator, influencer. I don't know what you want to say. That's how they described it to us. What I imagine is like those people who get on YouTube and search around for Bigfoot and go, oh, I think I found Bigfoot, but didn't really find Bigfoot. But yeah, he's also an inventor who has a number of gadgets he has created to help in the fight. He can fire an electric javelin that will discharge and zap anybody in the surrounding area. He has a teleportation device that he can throw out and transport to, useful for getting into hard to reach areas. And his ultimate is a UV light attack that will stop vampires in their tracks by petrifying them, allowing you to basically insta-kill them. They have also announced that there will be 2 extra characters coming after release, so I'm curious just how different those will be from the main 4 that we have. Each with skins that you can unlock through side quests to customize your character. Now, the devs had said in a previous interview that respecting your skill tree as you level up a character will not be an option, which I'm curious how difficult it would be to just create a new character and then boost just to try a different build. But I do know you can join a friend who is max level and then they could just power level you that way. Now, while you can play with others, we were limited to playing in single player, so we could really get a chance to explore the game how we saw fit. So I can't speak on how co-op works. I was personally interested in the open world aspect, and how they kept it interesting. The map size itself wasn't something incredibly massive like you would see in like a Far Cry game, but it is still Arcane's biggest map yet, which in my opinion helped eliminate any dead zones or generally pointless areas that you find in some open world games where the map is just too big. I would compare a lot of the world design to Arcane's more recent game, Deathloop. While not every building is explorable, many of them have something interesting within them, such as loot and that ever important lore that builds the setting you're playing in even more. The open world feels dense enough that I always felt curious or interested in the things that were around me. Some of the vistas here are really cool, such as how the water around Redfall has been lifted Prince of Egypt style, preventing any escape from the island. First thing I did was a side quest, which came in the form of someone requesting to fix the popcorn machine at the safe house to boost morale. And of course, the only place that has the parts I need to fix the machine is a theater deep in the vampire territory. Here I will say this is where some of Arcane's signature really shows. There are multiple ways to go about finishing the quest. I'm sure if I wasn't so impatient, I could have stealthed my way through, but I am impulsive and I was playing a character who uses C4 to solve problems. So loud and proud is how I handled it. A character like Devender likely could have chunked a teleporter through a window of the theater and completely ignored most of the enemies. After absolutely annihilating every cultist and vampire in the theater, I freed some hostages trapped in a storage room and found the parts I needed to complete the quest. While navigating the open world, you can find other safe houses that, when cleared, operate as fast travel locations and respawn points. Here you can resupply and buy new weapons before venturing out into Redfall. Each safe house has side objectives such as hunting down a vampire boss and clearing out enemies at a designated location. There are also things called nests, which appear as some Twilight Zone door that's out of place in the real world, but when you enter it, it takes you to a procedurally generated psychedelic hellscape that vampires call home. Here you must navigate rooms, blasting every vampire along the way until you get to a massive glowing red heart that you must destroy in order to destroy the nest. And once you've destroyed the heart, you have like 1 minute to gather as much loot as you possibly can find, and then find the exit before the nest closes in on you. I can't say what happens if you fail because your boy don't fail. I did not fail. Ever. I think I died maybe, but that doesn't count as failing. Now, doing these various activities doesn't go unnoticed. Every time you kill vampires, do side quests, unlock safe houses, clear nests, you build up essentially what is a heat meter of sorts. Piss off the vampire gods too much and they will send after you a hulk of a vampire known as a rook. Trying to solo this monster took everything I had. Fortunately, I was playing as Remy, so every time I probably should have died, my rally ability healed me so I can continue the fight. This was the most fun encounter I had. The challenge was nice. There is enough enemy variety to encourage different playstyles. On top of human cultists and regular vampires, there are enemies known as Watchers that if they see you and you don't take cover or deal with them before open combat starts, they can one-shot you. There are special vampires with various abilities such as teleporting, becoming invisible, projecting shields, and like one with like this get over here kind of tether. And these can put up a really decent fight. When fighting any vampire in this game, it isn't as simple as aim and shoot because bullets do not kill vampires. Typically. I'll come back to that later. But guns only weaken the vampires enough for you to stake them through the heart to finish them off. So you want to make sure you have some kind of gun that either shoots stakes or has a stake bayonet attachment. Alternatively, you can kill vampires by using fire or exposing them to enough UV light that petrifies them so that you can crush them into dust with a melee attack. What keeps this even more interesting is the loot. My God, these guns are fun. Now keep in mind, they aren't dropping left and right from every enemy that you come across, but I felt like I was coming across a new loot pretty frequently. From exploring and finding lootable chests to killing special vampires in the nest, the loot is leveled so you'll be looking for bigger and better things as you play. By the end of my brief play session, I was rocking 3 legendary weapons, all with like a unique design and ability. It was super cool. The rook I killed dropped a busted SMG that made light work of most encounters I had come across afterwards. But the gun I was most hype about is a pistol simply named Ambition. This gun was the exception to the rule when it came to killing vampires. You don't have to stake, burn, UV light, none of that. Just aim and shoot. Please, Arcane, do not nerf this baby, please. On top of all this, you come across things known as Remnant, which can improve stats and skills even further. I didn't play with these as much as I should have. I got caught up in all the guns. The guns had weight to them too. They were responsive and genuinely felt good to shoot, which may be another reason why I could not help myself from just openly blasting every enemy on sight. Once I got back into it, I pursued the main quest, which had me infiltrating a mansion, not just any mansion, the Hollow Man's mansion, one of the main vampire gods. And the atmosphere was tense and honestly a little spooky here. Arcane really shines here with their knack for environmental storytelling. I definitely became invested in the mystery that was in this mansion. Looking around for these dolls that had some kind of connection and placing them back in their dollhouse, which doing so put me in like an alternate psychic version of the mansion where I could find echoes of the past and help piece together the truth of what happened with the Hollow Man. And that's my first impression of Redfall. I enjoyed what I played. It was, I don't know, it was a really unique experience. In the sense that I haven't felt like I've had that much fun playing a looter-ish genre game. I know they're not blatantly calling it a looter shooter, but in my mind, oh my god, the loot. I need those guns. It was fun. The abilities are nice. I think the character designs are phenomenal. The artistic design for these creatures, for the vampires, for the world is super, super dope. And I think they really had a lot of fun making this game. The devs that were there were also super, super nice and super helpful. I think this is definitely a game worth keeping an eye on. I enjoyed what I played, and I'm eager to play more of this game when it releases May 2nd this year. And of course, I'm interested in your thoughts. Are you interested in this game? Were you not sure about it until now? Is this your first time hearing about it? Let me know down in the comments. And of course, if there's any questions that maybe I didn't really cover here, feel free to ask those in the comments as well. I'll try to answer those to the best of my ability. But until the next video, I hope you take care. Go motivate someone this week. Go say something nice to someone. You know what? Compliment someone's hair. Tell them your hair is marvelous today. I don't know what kind of detergent that you're putting in your hair. I don't know. Whatever. Just say something nice. You know what I'm saying. And until the next video, y'all take care. Bye.